at the library. I'm really excited to be here again for a story time. We have a few different books today that we're going to be reading. I'm excited about and video that you can at home with your caregivers. Let's get started. First, I wanted to tell you, as you may see behind me, this is a view of space, and you can see stars, and you're going to see that behind me during story time today. I'm also wearing my NASA shirt, and it is the 50th anniversary of one of the space missions. It's called Apollo 13. So that was 50 years ago, so a long time ago, that 3 astronauts went, and they were going to be going to the moon. You'll probably learn about that later on if you haven't already, but some really cool things, like a little kind of synopsis for you, is they had some things mess up on their mission. So it didn't go the way that they expected it would go. And I'm sure all of us have done things, and maybe we didn't get the grade that we wanted to, or we were doing some kind of craft or project and we didn't feel like we did it as well as we wanted to. And so what's really cool about that is astronauts, they train a really long time to go up to space. That's actually something I always wanted to do when I was growing up, is I wanted to be an astronaut and get to see space and different planets and things, which would still be really cool actually. But yeah, they train for a really long time, and they do a lot of math and science, but also all of the crew and people here that stay on Earth have a big job too. So because their mission messed up a little bit, it didn't go the way that they planned, it was a team effort. If you've ever been on a team before, you know it's different people, they do different things, and they work together. So they had a team of people to make sure that everybody was safe and everything went as well as they could in the end. So that's a little brief history for you. It's really interesting that you'll learn about later on, but I was excited about it being the 50th anniversary. We also have, for kids, books. So this is Planet Earth. Not just stories here at the library. We also have what we call non-books. So we have books about animals and science, and as you see, planets. So like this one right here, it shows our solar system. I know it's kind of a small picture. So it shows the sun is really big on the far left, and it shows all the planets and how small some of them are, and the really big ones like Jupiter, and how far away from the sun that they are. So that's just a few things that we have here at the library. Some really cool books about space atlas, and things about each different planet. If you're interested in those, like my favorite planet is Neptune, because it's a really pretty blue color. But they're all really cool, and they're all very different. So that's just a little bit about our 50th anniversary of the Apollo 13 mission. But now on to stories. So again, my name is Katherine. I'm really excited to be reading to you again today. The first book that we have is called The Thank You Letter. So if you've ever received mail, if you've ever gotten something in your mailbox with your name on it, maybe a birthday card or a Christmas card or a note from your friend or someone in your family, something like that, you know, getting mail is really fun. I always love opening mail and seeing what people write to me, different notes and fun things. And you can have pen pals, stuff like that. I've had pen pals before. So this is about people that you can write to. So right now, I know that all of us are stuck at home, and it might not be always what we're expecting right now. We're not able to go to school or maybe hang out with the people we normally would play with in our neighborhood, our neighbors or our friends who live close by. But you can actually write notes and letters to them, and you could send it in the mail. Your caregivers could help you do that, find their address. You could hold on to it and mail it to them later. There's also people in your life, like teachers, who I know miss you very much. And we all miss our patrons very much here at the library as well. You could write a letter or a thank you note to your teacher and you can mail it to them or give it to them the next time that you do see them. You could write a thank you note to your grandparents or even to your caregivers, if that's your parents, or somebody else, if you want to thank them. There's all kinds of things that you can do. And I'm going to show you before we get into the book. This is a handmade thank you note. So I colored it myself. And just as an example, you can draw pictures and write things like, thank you so much, you are awesome. If it was to your teacher or somebody like that, you could tell them, thank you so much for being a great teacher. And people can help you write if you're not used to doing that yet. So that's just one thing I thought would be really fun for you guys to do when you're at home, as a craft and an activity, and something really special that you could write to people that you care about, people in your life that you're thankful for. So without further waiting, we're going to go ahead and read this book. The Thank You Letter by Jane Cabrera. All right. So this one is really cool because you can see it looks handwritten. I love that. It's so much fun. It has little colored pictures in it. I'm going to turn this off really quick because it's getting a little loud. Okay. So this book is about Grace. She's the little girl that you're going to see. So Grace, her birthday was almost here. She had written a list, and that's what you see right here. Things that I want for my birthday. A puppy, a robot, books on how to build a den, pens and paints, sparkly shoes, magic wands, tent and camping things, and lots of chocolates. That all sounds like a great birthday list. Does that sound like things you would have on your birthday list? The day of the party arrived. Look, her friends are coming. Got someone dressed up as a bee and someone dressed up as a ladybug. That's super cute. And she's dressed up as a dinosaur or an alligator. I think it's an alligator. There were games and ice cream and presents, and the sun shone all day. The next day, Grace got out her new pens and pencils to write thank you letters. And this is one that she wrote. Dear Nana and Grandpops, thank you for my puppy. Love, Grace. And she wrote a little arrow here for the puppy called Bob. That's what she named him. Although she didn't write that she wanted a real puppy because she got a stuffed animal, but that's still really fun. And she was thankful for it, so she wrote them a note. And then she wrote another one here. Dear Tay, thank you for the magic wings. I have not tested the magic yet. Love, Grace. Dear Millie and Billy, thank you for my sparkly shoes. Love your favorite cousin, Grace. And there's her sparkly shoes. So she had a lot of fun writing to all the people who gave her gifts. Here's a couple more. Dear Aunt Mary, thank you for the gloves. They are a little bit too big at the moment. Love, Grace. Dear Poppy, thank you for the soft toy I have. Called it Joffrey. Love, Grace. That's funny. She named it Jeffrey. She only stopped for one quick snack. And she's got her little apple and her juice. Dear Mom and Dad, thank you for my fun party and for the bestest tent ever. Love, me, Grace. And she's got a friendly bear, pizza, and lemonade, some of her favorite snacks. Dear Jayla, thank you for the pens and pencils. I love them. Love, Grace. Dear Noah, thank you for the most awesome robot costume. Love, your sister, Grace. But Grace did not stop there. Next, she wrote a thank you to her cat, named Tiggles. Tiggles, thank you for being so soft and cuddly. Love, Grace. That's really sweet. A thank you to the lady in the thrift store. Dear Mimi, thank you so much for being so kind and always giving me candy. Love, Grace. A thank you to her favorite teacher. Dear Mr. Jones, thank you for teaching me my letters. Love, Grace. A thank you to her dog. Bing, thank you for your funny, waggy tail. Woof, woof. Love, Grace. Grace even wrote a thank you to the sky. She put it on a tree as high as she could reach. Dear sky, Thank you for being so blue today. Love from Grace. And still, she wrote more. She has a whole stack of letters there. Soon, thank you letters appeared all over the town. They made everyone very happy. So, one afternoon, when Grace came home from school, she ran up to her new tent and she's about to peek inside. Oh, wow. It was full of love notes. They wrote back to her. Wow, look at that. She has so many notes. Love notes everywhere. Grace read each and every one. Of course, she then wrote lots of her own, along with one last special thank you letter. And this one is to you. Dear reader, thank you for reading this book. Love, Grace. Aw. So you guys know that thank you notes make people feel so special. They make them feel like you appreciate what they did. That means you're grateful and you're glad that they helped you with things, or that they care about you, or that they give you gifts like she did for her birthday gifts. So that's one fun activity you can do while you're at home, is write thank you notes. All right, here's another book. Love You Always by Frances Stickley. And this one has two cute little hedgehogs on it. I love it. It's so cute. Little Hedgie and his mommy snuffled home beneath the trees. The leaves were rustling softly in the gentle autumn breeze. Little Hedgie shivered as the leaves came drifting. It feels different now, said Hedgie with a frown. Oh no, why is he frowning? That's sad. Everything is changing, Mommy said. It's nature's way. But change makes nature lovelier with every passing day. Hedgie looked around him, and he suddenly felt strange. Mommy, would you love me more if I changed? Would you love me more if I could dart across the leaves? What if I were like a squirrel dashing through the trees? Imagine that, said Mommy. How exciting it would seem, but I couldn't love you more if you could race the rushing stream. Would you love me more if I could fly up in the sky? What if I could flutter like a dainty dragonfly? Imagine that, said Mommy, how you'd sparkle, little one, but I couldn't love you more if you could soar up to the sun. Would you love me more if I could leap along a log? What if I could bounce across the lilies like a frog? Imagine that, said Mommy. What a joy to jump so high, but I couldn't love you more if you could spring into the sky. Would you love me more if I had smooth and silky hair? What if I were fluffy, like that rabbit over there? Imagine that, said Mommy. Fur or prickles, I'd be proud, but I couldn't love you more if you were softer than a cloud. But Mommy, Hedgie wondered, will love always last forever, even if I change just like the seasons or the weather? Always, Mommy said. As long as skies are high above, there's one thing that will never change, she promised. And that's love. It's so sweet. And the birds are in a little heart shape right there. I'll love you always, little one. I've loved you from the start. I'll tell you every day until you know the words by heart. Always, whispered Hedgie, as he curled up in his bed. Imagine, he murmured. Just imagine, Mommy said. So everything was changing around little Hedgie, and he wondered if he should change. But you are special just the way you are. You don't have to worry about changing to make someone like you more or changing to make someone love you more. Your caregivers and your friends love you the way you are. So don't forget that. And even if you do change, they'll love you, because as you grow up, you'll change. You'll grow big and strong. All right, this last one we have is called Love. And it is by Matt de la Peña. Okay. In the beginning, there is light, and two wide-eyed figures standing near the foot of your bed, and the sound of their voices is love. A cab driver plays love softly on his radio, while you bounce and back with the bumps of the city, and everything smells new, and it smells like life. Love, too, is the smell of crashing waves and a train whistling blindly in the distance, and each night the sky above your trailer turns the color of love. In a crowded concrete park, you toddle towards summer sprinklers while older kids skip rope and run up the slide, and soon you are running among them, and the echo of your laughter is love. On the night the fire alarm blares, you're pulled from sleep and whisked into the street where a quiet old lady is pointing to the sky. Stars shine long after they've flamed out, she tells you, and the shine they shine with is love. But it's not only the stars that flame out, you discover. It's summers too, and friendships, and people. One day, you find your family nervously huddled around the TV. But when you ask what happened, they answer with silence and shift between you and the screen. In your dreams that night, you are searching for a love that seems lost. You open and close drawers, lift cushions, empty old toy bins, but there's nothing. You wake with a start, in the arms of a loved one who bends to your ear and whispers, "It's okay, it's okay, it's love." And in time, you learn to recognize a love overlooked. A love that wakes at dawn and rides to work on the bus. A slice of burned toast that tastes like love. And it's love in each deep crease of your grandfather's face as he lowers himself onto an overturned bucket to fish. And it's love in the rustling leaves of the gnarled trees, lined behind the flower fields. And it's love in the made-up stories your uncles tell in the backyard between wild horseshoe throws. That looks fun. Ooh. And the man in rags outside the subway station plays love notes that lift into the sky like tiny beacons of light. And the face staring back in the bathroom mirror, this too is love. So when the time comes for you to set off on your own, heavy winds will sweep past your building, and great gray clouds will congregate above. Your loved ones will stand there like puddles beneath their umbrellas, hold you tight and kissing you and wishing you luck. But it won't be luck you'll leave with, because you'll have love. You'll have love, love, love. The end. So I had a great time reading to you today, and I'm really excited about all of our online programs. I hope that you tune in. We should have different programs each week. We have StoryTime set every Tuesday at 10:30 at the regular time, and Baby Time on Thursdays at 10:30. And we will have more story times by me, and more cooking with Lisa D, and different activities. Our teen specialist Adrian is going to do some drawing tutorials coming up, so be on the lookout for events, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a good day.